Hey, it's Mindy with Astrology by Love, here today for Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising's horoscope for the Capricorn lunar cycle. We are going to be starting with the new moon in Capricorn on January 18th and going until the new moon eclipse in Aquarius on February 17th. I appreciate you hanging out with me today, Taurus. Please like and subscribe. I've got some cool links down below. Check those out. And please share this video with anyone you know who may be interested in living their life more aligned and in sync with the universe. So let's go ahead, jump in and get started. This new moon in Capricorn on January 18th is in your 9th house. The 9th house is our calling in the world. It's the long game. It's the place where we meet our gurus, our teachers. This is where we want to excel, and we are willing to do years, decades of work to become the master in this area of life. This new moon is motivating you towards this calling. Mercury and Mars are there together. You are passionate about it. It's also easy for you to get triggered. The 9th house also references long distance places, the places that you can't get to in just a day, long, far away, unseen lands. And this new moon may be motivating you to travel, to learn new things about a distant culture. Also during this new moon, Venus and Pluto are together in your 10th house. You are becoming seriously focused about your career, about looking good, about enjoying it, about making money. This new moon also has a lot of contacts. So it has a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in your 11th house. You've had some friends who have become probably a little religious. Maybe they've become yoga teachers. Maybe they've become artists. But there is some sort of blend of structure, spirituality, and art that is going on with your friend group. In this new moon, this new desire to travel, to become the guru, is triggering this spirituality and structure in the friend group. It's also trining Uranus in your first house. So Uranus in your first house has been affecting your behavior. You've kind of been all over the place. People don't know what to expect when you show up. Will you be dressed up? Will you be dressed down? Will you have purple hair? Will you have any hair? And so this new moon is going to trigger some possibly unusual behavior, possibly behavior where you just don't care what you look like. But all this is happening under that new moon in Capricorn on January 18th. Also on January 18th, Mercury is busy. So Mercury is in that 9th house, that long distance travel, that higher calling. Your mind has been there. You've been communicating to people about maybe wanting to travel, find a teacher, find a guru, excel in this area of your life. Mercury on the 18th conjoins Mars, which can be angry thoughts, passionate thoughts. You could easily get triggered. After Mercury conjoins Mars, it's sextile Saturn in the friend group. You may be putting up boundaries with friends. You may become friends with someone who's older, wiser. And then Mercury immediately trines Uranus. So you've got behavior that's unexpected after setting boundaries with friends and being passionate about that long distance travel. All that's going on the 18th. It's an interesting new moon. On the 19th, busy day as well. The sun sextiles Neptune. So the sun is in that 9th house, that long distance travel, higher learning, and its sextiles makes a 60-degree connection, a forced friendly connection with Neptune in that 11th house. So that's spirituality, music, art, spending time with the divine. That impulse is there between your guru, your want to travel, and this spirituality, sensitivity with your friends. Also on the 19th, Venus and Pluto officially come together. So the obsession, maybe you're having an obsession with a young woman at work or with looking good in your career, having fun with your career. Also likely is an obsession with money. How much money are you going to be making in your career? Those energies are going on that day. And then finally, the sun moves into Aquarius on the 19th as well. So when the sun moves into Aquarius, it is highlighting the career area of your life. This is just part of your yearly cycle, Taurus. This is when work, career, how you're seeing the legacy you're leaving becomes a little bit more important with the sun shining its light on it. Then on the 20th, we've been feeling the energy build up of Saturn sextile Uranus. So Saturn's in that 11th house of friends. This has been testing some friendships, causing some of your friendships to feel like a burden. Maybe you're having to set boundaries, draw lines with your friends' behavior. But whatever this restriction is in the friendship group, it is triggering unusual behavior from you, or you just not being there, or you showing up looking like you just rolled out of bed. Also on the 20th is a busy day as well. We have Mars trine Uranus. We have Mars then sextile Saturn, Mercury trines Neptune, and then after all that happens, Mercury also moves into Aquarius. So let's talk about this. Mars is in that 9th house. You're feeling motivated. You're feeling passionate about your calling, about the area you're going to master in this life. And that passion, once again, triggers unusual behavior from you. You not caring what you look like. You're just interested in learning and growing in this area. However, after Mars triggers this unusual behavior from you, then it causes you to put boundaries and to put walls up with your friends. This is kind of contradictory behavior where you can do whatever you want, but your friends better walk the line. Then Mercury, also in that 9th house, that higher calling and long distance travel. You've been talking about this. You've been communicating with people about this. It's been on your mind. Mercury sextiles Neptune. So then there's a sensitivity that you then have towards your friend group. Maybe y'all are talking about music, art, spirituality. Maybe y'all are praying together. All those different energies take place on the 20th of January, and then Mercury moves into Aquarius, your 10th house, your career. Your mind shifts from your calling, the long-term goals, to your career. On January 21st, we have a Mercury cazimi. A Mercury cazimi is when Mercury, the planet of communication, how we think, lines up in the heart of the sun. This is when the divine sprinkles epiphanies around, brilliant ideas, sudden solutions to problems just jump in our mind. This Mercury cazimi from 3 a.m. to 9 p.m. on the East Coast and from midnight to 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Taurus, this is taking place in that 10th house of career. Any problems you've been experiencing with work, it's a good time to sit still, be quiet, listen to your mind, listen to the thoughts bubbling up. Definitely journal today. Definitely meditate. And with this Mercury cazimi happening in the sign of Aquarius, this is an excellent time to communicate with others at work. So process your problems out loud with your contemporaries, with your coworkers. A brilliant solution is bound to pop up today. Then on January 22nd, Mercury conjoins Pluto in that 10th house of career. So you are probably changing your mind about something or becoming overly focused and obsessed about something to do at work in your career. This is a fast-moving energy. Mercury can trigger a new start, a new way of thinking when it conjoins Pluto. And this is a fast-moving energy, but it is taking place on January 22nd. Then on January 23rd, we have a lot of energies today too. Mars is sextiling Neptune, the Sun conjoins Pluto, and then afterwards, Mars moves into Aquarius. So Mars sextile Neptune, that passion you've been having towards your calling, towards traveling to long-distance places, is combining with this spiritual sensitivity, this art, this music within the friendship group. Maybe y'all are going to see music being played from another culture, from an area, an art exhibit from an area of the world that you are not familiar with. The Sun conjoin Pluto in your 10th house This could be a leader, a boss, some masculine figure in charge at work that is trying to control, change, maybe be a little bit demeaning that day. This is a fast-moving energy. It won't be there for long. And then Mars moves into Aquarius. So that passion moves to your work life. Mars can also provide a little bit of competitiveness. So there may be someone who enters your work life soon that you start competing with. You kind of start yin-yang with. It can be easy to get into arguments at work during this time, to just be irritated. Mars is going to be in Aquarius for the next 2 months, so be prepared for this, Taurus. Then we are feeling the energy shift. Well, you may not feel it, Taurus. Neptune will be moving into Aries on January 26th. Aries rules your 12th house. This is the subconscious house. It is hard to see what's going on in the subconscious. It's hard to be aware of it. Neptune there will probably make your first reaction to events, people, problems be a little softer, be a little gentler. You may, instead of attacking problems, just sit back and say it is what it is. Neptune is going to be in Aries for the next 13 years. So be prepared to be a little bit softer, a little bit more spiritual. This is, of course, going to be inside the subconscious. So it'll be hard to see, hard to explain, hard to recognize, but people are going to notice there's just going to be a little bit less of an edge to the way you think, Taurus, which is great, because then on January 27th, Mars conjoins Pluto. So when Mars and Pluto conjoin, this can be a signature for violence. This is taking place in your 10th house of career and work. There could be, at the very least, some demeaning and rude behavior that day. Control and manipulation are definitely going to be a thing, and it's going to be easy to be triggered at work. Be aware of this energy, Taurus. It comes to a head on January 27th. Then on the 29th, we get a little bit of relief from the competitiveness and the pushiness that has been going on in your career. Mercury and Venus come together. So there is a conjunction between the planet of communication and the planet of fun and enjoyment. This is a day for telling jokes, for saying sweet things, for singing, for laughing. And this energy is there on the 29th. Then on February 1st, we have a very dramatic and theatrical full moon in Leo. So this is going to be a bit of a drama moon, if for no other reason than it's in the sign of Leo. Taurus, this is taking place in your 4th house of family and upbringing. Family drama, it could be a real thing on February 1st. The spotlight has been on career. There are five planets in your 10th house of career right now, but on February 1st, the focus shifts to your home life. At least on that day, we're still going to be feeling it on the 2nd. This full moon may highlight your new sensitivity, your softer, kinder way of thinking. Also pay attention for anything out of the blue that happens on February 1st. This day is 30 days before the Virgo eclipse. Any sort of out of the blue conversations, topics, events happening that day could be foreshadowing of what to expect at the eclipse in Virgo, which we will talk about in the next horoscope. Then we're feeling energy shift again. On February 3rd, Uranus stations. It stands still in the sky to change direction. So it will be going direct. It is marching forward and preparing to leave Taurus and will not be back for 84 years. So at the end of April, Uranus leaves Taurus. You may be feeling restless on the 3rd. You may be feeling restless on the 3rd, Taurus, from all this energy and this change of motion. There's going to be a little bit of electricity in the air and you'll be feeling it in your body. You may need to just go outside, go for a walk, get some of that nervous energy out. Then on February 5th, Mercury squares Uranus. Mercury's in that 10th house. This is career. You've been thinking about your career. You've been talking about it. And something about having a conversation around work or career goals trigger you to act out and not quite act normal. This is a fast-moving energy. This abnormal behavior that it triggers could cut off communication from work for a little bit. This is a fast-moving energy, but that is on the 5th. Then on February 6th, Mercury moves into Pisces. Pisces is your 11th house. This is your chosen friends, the people you make an effort to hang out with. You're going to be communicating more easily with your friends, thinking about them. Any conversations that you need to have with your friends, now is an excellent time to do it. Mercury is going to be in Pisces for the next few weeks, so take advantage of this energy, Taurus. Then on the 8th, Venus squares Uranus. So Venus is still in that 10th house of career. Wanting to make money with your career, wanting to enjoy your career is temporarily cut off or changed around because of your behavior. You may show up looking like you rolled out of bed, or once again, purple hair, no hair. And this could temporarily disrupt the fun or cut off some money or disqualify you from a bonus. In regards to work, this is a fast-moving energy and it's on a Sunday, so you may not be working. This may not be a thing. Don't call in and disqualify yourself if you're not working on that day, Taurus. Then on the 10th, Venus moves into Pisces. So you'll be leaning into your friendships. This is going to be your happy place for the next few weeks. Definitely take some pictures with your friends. Y'all will look good together. Going on spiritual retreats is definitely appropriate. Go to the art museum. Go listen to some music with your friends. This is a time to enjoy them and do creative, artistic things together. Venus in Pisces in your 11th house is also excellent drinking energy. So just know that's there as well, Taurus. Enjoy your friends. Then we're feeling more energy shift. On February 13th, Saturn moves in to Aries. So Saturn has been in your 11th house, causing difficulties, separations from your friends. Saturn now moves into your 12th house, the house of the subconscious. This can bring about a bit of a mild depression. An authority figure in your life may be sent overseas or sent somewhere where you can't see them. This could include hospitals, prisons. This is a time to take care of your mental health. Saturn is going to be there for the next 2.5 years. It's going to be easy to see the glass as half empty and to know worst case scenario is coming. Yes, Neptune's there, making the thinking a little softer. Saturn is still bringing a little bit of a burden to the subconscious though. Taurus, this is an excellent time to get a therapist, to start a counseling routine, and read books on mental health. Then on February 14th, it's Valentine's Day. There's no planetary connections or activity on Valentine's Day, but I'm mentioning this because the moon is trine Uranus all day. So this is lending itself to a wild sort of free-for-all type of energy. Any plans you have on Valentine's Day, hold them loosely. Know that they will probably have some last-minute adjustments, changes. Be open to it, roll with it. That's going to be the energy of the day. It's probably going to work out better than expected. It's still enjoyable energy. It's just not very disciplined or organized. Then on February 16th, the Sun squares Uranus. The Sun is in that house of career. This is a leader, a masculine energy that is triggering some odd behavior in you somehow. You may want to cut them off. Once again, this could trigger you to not dress up and show up like you just rolled out of bed. There could also be something unique about what you're wearing or how you're looking that day. and that will be triggered by this boss or masculine energy in the career in your life. It's a fast-moving energy, though. Also on the 16th, Mercury, newly in that 11th house of your chosen friends, is trining Jupiter. Jupiter's in your 3rd house. This is the community. These are your neighbors, your siblings. Something about communicating with your friends is causing joy, abundance, protection in your community that day. It's a great day for you to go out, have fun with your friends in the neighborhood. Try not to think about the crazy at work. These are definitely conflicting energies going on the same day, and that is on the 16th. Then on February 17th, this is the Aquarius eclipse. So go back, remember what was taking place on January 19th. January 19th was 30 days before this eclipse. An event occurred, a conversation, something foreshadowing, kind of giving hints what you can expect from this eclipse on February 17th. This eclipse is taking place in your 10th house of career. Things are changing at work. Mars and Pluto are there, so these are forceful changes. This can represent some manipulation, some violence, some competitiveness at the least. We are still under the influence, though, of Mercury and Venus being together in the 11th house of friendships, trining Jupiter in that 3rd house. So going out with your friends, enjoying your friends in the community with your neighbors is going to be the benefit to this eclipse. Lean into your friends as much as you can, Taurus. So we are at the end of the Capricorn moon cycle horoscope. I appreciate you hanging out with me, Taurus. Please like and subscribe. I've got those links down below for you to check out, and share this video with anyone you think would enjoy living their life in line and in sync with the rhythms of the universe. I will see you again soon.